Welcome to the Magic the Gathering Bare Bones Progression Series. I'm calling this the Bare Bones Progression Series because I'm doing the bare minimum amount of effort to make this a watchable series. If you want a more polished progression series to watch, I believe there are at least 2 other Magic progression series currently going on that are just a YouTube search away. In case you don't know what a progression series is, the basic idea of it is that each episode, the participants, in this case myself and one friend, James, each open up packs from a specific set in the history of the card game and add those cards to our collection. Each episode we make decks using the cards in our collections and play those decks against each other. So that we don't have to break the bank for this series, we will be using an online pack generator to build up a virtual collection. This type of content was started by the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series with Simo and Nimnim. A fantastic series I would recommend even if you don't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh! In this progression series, the rules are as follows. We'll be opening up each set in Magic's history in order of release, skipping any sets that are only reprint sets. We open 1 pack for every 12 cards in a set rounding down, except in this initial episode where we'll be opening 30. We don't need basic lands in our collections to be able to use them. You can play as many of any individual card as you have access to. Games are best of 3, and the loser in each episode gets to ban 1 card. Without further ado, on to the pack openings. Well, hello everyone. We're starting our very first pack opening for this progression series with Beta. And we're going to be opening 30 packs. Normally we're going to be doing fewer packs, but we're going to change the amount of packs based on how many cards are in the set. And also we're doing more cards for this particular set because this is one set in which there are basic lands, like lots of basic lands just interspersed throughout the whole pack. And those are going to be kind of dead cards to us because we're going to have access to as many basic lands as we want. We don't need to open them here. So we're going to be opening more packs to compensate for all of those dead cards. So hopefully we get some Power 9 and all of those goodies, but I'm not exactly sure at what else we're looking for, but let's go for it. Generate the sets. First pack. I'll first go through just look at all the rares in the packs, and then after I look at all the rares, I'll check out what are all these other cards that I'm not familiar with, all of the other stuff. Alright, first rare. Helm of Chatzuk. I had to mouse over and get the name because it's so poorly, the image comes through very badly. And by the way, I should be recording this in a higher definition. One sec, let me stop and restart the recording in higher def. Alright, that should be 1080p now. It should be easier for the viewing audience to read things on the screen. So, 1 mana, you may give 1 creature the ability to band until end of turn. Oh yeah, banding. Yeah. I learned what banding was for this so that I'd be able to play the early sets, and I've already kind of forgotten, but it wasn't too bad to learn. I'll just learn it again. I wonder how good that is. Probably pretty good in the beginning, from what I remember about banding being good. Jade Monolith. You may take damage done to any creature on yourself instead, but you must take all of it. It seems 4 mana for that, and then extra mana afterwards, maybe. Seems okay. Fireball up there, I know that's good. Mana Short. And Soul Ring! We got Soul Ring! Nice. Add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool for 1 mana. Beautiful ramp. Did I miss any other good stuff? Let me quick look. Oh yeah, Dark Ritual. I'm just gonna look at the obvious stuff I already know is good, like Dark Ritual and Fireball and Soul Ring. Sinkhole, destroy any 1 land. That seems good. More Dark Ritual. Demonic Attorney. If opponent doesn't concede the game immediately, each player must ante an additional card. Okay, we also decided we're not going to be doing ante, so this is a dead card. Icy Manipulator. I love Icy Manipulator. Next, more Fireball. We'll probably end up with a playset. Demonic Tutor. Nice. Let's search your library for one card and take it into your hand. And that's only 2 mana. Fantastic card. Lich. You lose all life. If you gain life later in the game, instead draw 1 card from your library for each life. For each point of damage you suffer, you must destroy one of your cards in play. Creatures destroyed in this way cannot be regenerated. You lose if this enchantment is destroyed, or if you suffer a point of damage without sending a card to the graveyard. I have no idea how to evaluate that card. It's probably bad, but I'll have to think about that more. Fast Bond. I assume this is the rare. It's in the old sets, they don't have a rare mark, so I don't know what card is the rare, but usually it's the last one in the pack, I think. Sometimes I think it messes up and it's not the last one in the pack. You may put as many lands into play as you want each turn. Fast Bond does 1 damage to you for every land beyond the first that you play in a single... Okay, yeah, that seems really good, as long as you draw this in your opening hand. And I also like this stereotypical wizard with moons on his skirt. Very likable. Dingus Egg, a beautiful name for a rare. Whenever anyone loses a land, Egg does 2 damage to that player for each land lost. That seems really shit. Really bad. Birds of Paradise, that's a great one. That's gonna be great throughout the entire series. Ritual again. Ooh, Lightning Bolt. We want to get a playset of Lightning Bolt if we can, but if we can't, I think there's plenty of more opportunities to get Lightning Bolts throughout the series. Time Twister. There's our first Power 9. Set Time Twister aside in a new graveyard pile. Shuffle your hand, library, and graveyard together into a new library and draw a new hand of 7 cards, leaving all cards in play where they are. Opponent must do the same. Yeah, that seems fantastic. Copper Tablet deals 1 damage to each player during... I thought that was something else, that's why I wanted to read that quick. Never mind. Another Demonic Eternity, that's another dead rare for us. This is a creepy card. Pestilence. Do 1 damage to each creature and to both players. Pestilence must be discarded at end of any turn in which there are no creatures in play at end of turn. For 4 mana, that seems pretty bad. I think we've got enough Dark Rituals now. Aspect of Wolf. Dark creatures' power and toughness are increased by half the number of forests you have in play, rounding down for power and up for toughness. Seems alright for this early low power creatures. Seems okay. What's this? Karma. For each swamp in play, Karma does 1 damage to the swamp owner during the swamp owner's upkeep. That's pretty good hate. There's a lot of really good color hate in these first sets. Like ridiculously good color hate for sideboards. Another Sinkhole. Fear. I love the art on Fear. It's like, oh, skulls, oh no. Another one of these. Helms. Seems pretty okay. What is Chaos Lace? I like the art, even though it's like nothing. And Swords to Plowshares. Target creatures removed from game entirely. Return to owner's deck only when game is over. So this is just exile target creature. Creature's controller gains life points equal to the creature's power. Yep. But what was this Chaos Lace? Change the color of 1 card either being played or already in play to red. Cost to cast, tap, maintain, or use a special ability of target card remains entirely unchanged. That seems horrible. That seems really bad. Sangir Vampire. There's a actually good like bomb creature. Ooh, we got a Savannah. This is a white-green dual land. It just comes into play untapped, and you can search it off fetch lands and stuff. So very good. That the dual lands are fantastic and expensive for a reason. Another dual land, Badlands. We got black-red dual. Wonderful. Another Chaos Lace. Great. Another Sinkhole, though. I think we have... I don't know if we have enough Sinkholes. Another Time Twister! Second copy of Time Twister! I bet James will ban this if I start playing my 2 Time Twister deck. Veteran Bodyguard. Unless Bodyguard is tapped, any damage done to you by unblocked creatures is done instead to Bodyguard. You may not take this damage yourself, though you can prevent it if possible. Interesting? Huh. Is that for, like, unblockable creatures? But that doesn't seem that good. I might have to think if there's some special thing I'm missing about that. Oh, it's that specific mountain in the background. I'm pretty sure that is a specific mountain there. I love this image for Resurrection. I think I did a stick figure version of Resurrection for a proxy deck I made. Take a creature from your graveyard and put it directly into play. You can't tap it until your next turn. That's beautiful. A wonderful card. Taiga on the green-red dual land. Wonderful. Ooh, another lightning bolt. Wonderful. I'm probably saying wonderful too much. Farmstead, 3 white. Target land's controller gains 1 life each upkeep if white is spent. Target land still generates mana as usual. Okay, that seems terrible. What is this card? I like the art. Flying controller must spend blue during upkeep to maintain, or phantasmal forces are destroyed. It could be okay. Disrupting Scepter. 3 mana and then pay 3 for opponent must discard 1 card of his or her choice. Can only be used during your turn. That seems maybe playable. As repeatable discard. Nether Shadow. If Shadow is in graveyard with any combination of cards above it that includes at least 3 creatures, it can be returned to play during upkeep for its normal casting cost. Shadow can attack on same turn summoned or returned to play. Interesting. Yeah, that seems pretty solid for early game. The early stages of this series. Stasis. As much as I've seen the art for this and people saying that this is like old cool art, I don't remember what it does. Players do not get any untap phase. Ooh, that's a big first line. Pay blue during upkeep or stasis is destroyed. So this sort of just locks down the game. You just play this when you're already doing well and just win? Am I missing something? That seems incredible. Did our rare get replaced by this island here? Let's see, Animate Dead is probably the rare. Any creature in either player's graveyard comes into play on your side with -1 to its original power. If this enchantment is removed or end of game, target creature is returned to its owner's graveyard. Target creature may be killed as normal. This is sort of like Call of the Haunted in Yu-Gi-Oh! Then? That seems very good. Seems fantastic. But is Call of the Haunted just it's sort of like Monster Reborn Call of the Haunted. Very, very good. Righteousness. Target defending creature gains +7/+7 until end of turn. That seems like a fantastic combat trick. Is that like the best combat trick besides like giving something double strike? It's like, seems fantastic. And another Swords to Plowshares. Wonderful. Another Fast Bond. And Regrowth. Return any card from your graveyard to your hand. Well, that's pretty good. What is this golem guy? 6 mana for a 4/6. Not incredible. Volcanic Island. Blue-red dual land. Very good. So far, no Moxes, but, like, so far we just got 2 of the same Power 9 card, which was the, Time Twister, which I'm not complaining, especially when they're the same color, so that it's playable in one deck. Well, I guess it's also bad because if it gets banned, that's just all my Power 9 gone. Deathlace changes the color of one card either being played or already in play to black. Cost to cast okay, so it's just like the Chaos Lace, and this must be a whole cycle that just sucks. Mana Barbs. Whenever any land is tapped, Mana Barbs does 1 damage to the land's controller. I feel like this goes in the same type of deck as Stasis, right? One where you're... well, maybe not. I don't know. It's like a similar effect to Stasis of, like, if you're already doing well and you don't want your opponent to be able to come back in the game, it seems good. I guess some people would call that win more. Is this another Time Twister? 3 Time Twister, let's go! 3 Time Twister! And Grizzly Bears. Look at the Grizzly Bears. It's just a 2/2. It's a meme, Grizzly Bears and Magic. Just a 2/2 for 2 mana. Alright, so I guess that ends the... that's all our rares. And I'm going to take a quick look at everything else. See if there's anything else, like, particularly notable that I went over because I'm not familiar with the set, and tell you if there's anything extremely cool. Okay, so I was sorting by color to see how much of all the colors we have, and one thing I was noticing is that it feels like there's not a lot of win cons in this set. Like, there's a lot of powerful spells and stuff, but like a lot of the win cons feel like they are sort of set up to be like, oh, you have a whole bunch of mana and you pump it into a creature, like with Fire Breathing or Fireball or something. Most of the creatures kind of suck. I kind of knew that though. But one thing I noticed as I was going through here, and mind you, we decided so far that we can play as many copies of a card as we open. So there's no 4-card limit as there normally is in Magic the Gathering. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies of Llanowar Elves. I've got plenty of mana! So, normally I guess the combo would be use Channel, which is a card that lets you pay 1 life and translate the 1 life into mana, and then throw all of that mana from Channel into Fireball at your opponent's face. But I guess I could also make a whole bunch of mana for all of the X spells in this early set with just Llanowar Elves. It's too bad we only got 4 Plague Rats, because if we got like a ridiculous number of Plague Rats, that could be very funny. We got 6 Dark Ritual. 6 Dark Ritual is funny as well. I wonder if we do just go with the stupid make as much mana as we possibly can Fireball opponent deck. It might be the best deck right now, I'm not sure. I have no idea what is good and what is jank. And honestly, there's nothing much else that I think is all that notable to talk about. So I'm gonna end this here and then go into deck building. Alright, so here's the deck that I've come up with. Basically, this deck is a ramp deck, and the hope here is to ramp as much as we can with our Bird of Paradise, our 7 Llanowar Elves, our Soul Ring, and our ability to put as many lands on the battlefield as we want because we have Fast Bond. And then, once we have basically emptied our hand by just playing everything with our mana ramp, we're hoping to refill our hand with Time Twister. We got 3 Time Twister, and because of the Time Twister and all of the the green ramp, we're playing blue-green. And like I'll go through each card in detail. Ramp, big body, big body, ramp, big body, big body, big body, big body, big body, ramp, just combat trick. Fog is obvious. Just one of. I like having one ofs of weird stuff to throw my opponents off, and then they'll think in future games that I have more than I actually do. So I love having lots of one ofs. Power Sync, that's a counter spell. Tapping and untapping things, bringing things back to their hand. That's always good. Black Vice, I'm not so sure about this, especially. But, like, I feel like Black Vice, it deals damage for the opponent having cards in hand, which seems good with Time Twister, I think. Not sure. Copper Tablet, it could just as easily kill us as kill the opponent, but I don't know. It seems okay when we're so aggressive. I think Copper Tablet's a good idea. 14 forests, 9 islands. In the sideboard... it's kind of hard to make decisions about what to put in the sideboard in these early games, but Blue Elemental Blast is just counters red stuff. Giant Growth. A combat trick is really good all the time. If there's ever something I just need to take out of the main board, and there isn't anything specifically I want out of the sideboard, I'll probably be using Giant Growth. Giant Spider is good against flyers. Hurricane, good against flyers. Life Tap, good against green. This good against green, and this just kills all enchantments, and I only have 2 enchantments myself, so yeah, that's the deck. I hope it does well. Hello everyone, and welcome. It's the first episode of Bare Bones, the first game we're gonna go through. I don't know how much I've said in the real introduction of this video because I haven't recorded it yet, and I haven't recorded my own deck building and I recorded my opening of packs, but I didn't feel like doing the rest of the work yet. I'll do that later because this is the Bare Bones series in which I put in a minimal amount of effort and you guys deal with it because there are enough progression series out there that you can change to a different one if you don't like ours. This is James, a mod wolf. Here is his wonderful picture.
Hello.
It's beautiful. And my name's Johnny. I am the Ocean Man, and yeah, that's me. We're using this really not very good setup for doing this. We're doing this on Tabletop Simulator, and it's going to be awkward to record for this and awkward to view, but yeah, you can deal with it. And I don't know if there's anything else we should really say before this best 2 out of 3 game. James, do you want to say anything to our beautiful viewing audience that is probably non-existent?
I think that scuffed intro was good enough.
Okay, perfect, wonderful. I guess we need a die to decide who goes first.
There's actually one right here.
Ooh.
Right. Oh, it's loading.
It says the
There.
Ocean Man goes first. It looks like a big red cube for me. Oh, I get it. It's different. It's red and green. I'm red and you're green. Oh. James, you're first.
Alright.
Alright. Are we gonna decide that this dice means that you go first, or you get to choose to go first or second?
I guess let's say choose.
Alright, choose. You have choice. Are you gonna go first?
I will, yes.
Alright then. Draw your hand, good sir. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. And for the record, these versions of the cards, we couldn't figure out how to get the correct version of a card in. So like I had tried to get specific lands, for instance, for this deck, but I think it just defaults to whatever land is the newest printing. So we might try and fix that some other time.
I'm pretty sure I set it in my deck to have the beta set for everything.
Yeah, I tried as well,
That
but
looks
it did
pretty good,
not
but
work for me.
I guess when it uploads, it just kind of loses that data and decides, okay, this is the set you have.
Yeah, there might be a different way of formatting the data so it respects that, but I'm going to keep my hand, even though it's somewhat questionable. I'm just going to go for it.
Same.
Alright then. Go ahead then. Also, why? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that this is representative of how many cards we have in hand.
Go ahead.
Alrighty. Draw. Ooh. That's good to have. Let's see, which to start with. We definitely want this, so let me make sure I'm reading this right. And again, we do not have any reference on how these sets are supposed to be played, and we don't have any experience. So we're just sort of winging it and going for it. We both started, I think, in Khan's block, and we have no experience with blocks before that. So that's not very experienced. Alrighty, so if I do this, that seems like that is obviously the best play. Okay, so we start with Forest, and then we will tap Forest, and we will play Fast Bond. And Fast Bond allows me to play any number of lands on each of my turns, but if it's not my first, I have to pay a life, or it deals 1 damage to me for each land past the first. So I'm going to play another Forest. Yep, thank you. And I'm going to play an Island.
Oh.
And I am going to, let's see, what's the best way of doing this? I guess tap Forest for 1 green, play Soul Ring. So I have potentially 3 mana available. Okay, I'm going to pass turn.
That was a really good first turn.
Yes, I am very satisfied with my ramping abilities. Ooh, Island.
Pass turn.
Alrighty. Untap. Draw.
I have a feeling my deck is way too slow for this.
Possibly. I believe that my deck is very fast, given the right circumstances, especially when I draw Soul Ring and Fast Bond. So let's see, we've got 5 mana available, so I could play this or this. This seems like the best situation, but I don't... Okay. Can't do that. Can do this. Pay 1 blue, and 2, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and play Phantasmal Forces. It is a 4/1 flyer, and at the beginning of my upkeep, I have to sacrifice it unless I pay 1 blue. And I will pass to you. Go ahead.
I will pass turn.
Alright. Untap.
During your untap phase, twiddle, tap this.
Ooh, nice. I love it. So now I have no blue mana. So now when I enter into my... So it goes untap, upkeep. I have to pay blue, but I can't because you just tapped. So this is dead. Graveyard. Alright, draw. Green for Llanowar Elves. I will pass turn to you. Plague Rats. Power and toughness each equal to the number of Plague Rats in play, so it's a 1/1.
I will pass turn.
Alright. Untap. Draw. I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna swing for 1 damage with my Llanowar Elves.
I will take 1.
Alright, I'll pass turn to you. Second Plague Rats.
And give this one flying.
Ooh.
Wing for 2.
I am going to, in response, tap my island, and I am going to unsummon your Plague Rats.
Okay. Pass turn.
Alright. Untap. Draw. Play Forest. You have 4 cards in hand?
Yes.
Might be relevant to do this. I'm not entirely sure. I will play Time Twister. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library, then draws 7 cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goes to the grave. And then, let me see. What does my new hand look like? Perfect. Not perfect. Wonderful. Yeah, I think that was a good decision. I am going to play Island. I lose a life. I got that taken care of. Forest. Lose a life. Forest. Lose a life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crawworm. A 6/4.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tap my Llanowar Elves, play another Llanowar Elves. And I'm going to pass turn to you.
Okay. I will play Psychic Venom on this land.
Alright, when it's tapped, it deals 2 damage to me.
Paralyze the Crawworm.
Right, so tapped. Doesn't untap during my untap, and at the beginning of the upkeep of Enchanted Creature's Controller, that player may pay 4, and if I do, I can untap it. Alright, fair enough.
Ancestral Recall.
Ooh, nice. Just 1 mana, draw 3 cards at instant speed. Fantastic.
And I'll pass turn.
Alright, I'll go untap, but this does not untap. Unless I pay 4. So at my upkeep, I think I will pay the 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Untap it. And then go to draw. I will play an island. And I will play a Llanowar Elves. Got Summoning Sickness, but the other 2 do not. So I'll go to combat, and I will swing with both my Llanowar Elves and my Crawworm.
That's 8 damage.
That is indeed 8 damage.
Okay.
Alright, and I will pass the turn to you.
Play another swamp. play this as a copy of your Soul Ring.
Ooh. You just get to copy any of my stuff, just as the name says, copy artifact.
And then another Plague Rat. What will you do now? And why not? We'll pay for the flying on this one.
Alrighty.
Wing for 2.
I will take 2.
Okay.
Down to 13.
Go ahead.
Alright. Untap. I'll pay the 4 for Paralyze. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will draw. I have 2 black mana open and 4 cards in hand. I will go to combat. I will attack in with my 11 life. I'm gonna attack with just my Craw Worm.
I will take the 6.
Alright. Second main, I'll pay 1 green and play a 4th Llanowar Elf.
That is a lot of mana ramp.
Yes! I will pass the turn to you.
A swamp. Or an island, I mean.
Yep.
Hypnotic Spectre.
When it deals damage to an opponent, that player discards a card at random. Alright.
Wish I could play it this turn, but can't. Swing for 2, flying.
Take 2 damage, down to 11.
Okay. I'll pass turn.
Alright. Untap. And I will pay the 4 mana for Craw Worm to be able to be untapped. I'll draw my card. Ooh. Go to combat. And I'm gonna just swing with everything.
Okay.
Ooh, what could this be?
I will kill that.
Terror. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. Can't be regenerated. Alright.
Paralyze at least got some value in making you spend mana each turn. And then I will block 1 elf each with my Spectre and Plague Rat.
Alright. So I will lose
take
2 of
2.
my elves. Yeah, you'll take 2. Second main phase, I will pay 1, 2, play Copper Tablet. This just deals 1 damage to each of us, well, to the turn player in their upkeep.
Okay.
Move it
I
over
am
here.
now on a time limit.
Indeed. You have 3 turns. And then I will pass the turn to you.
Alright. Take 1 damage during upkeep. Draw.
How does a copper tablet deal damage to people? Is it like the Mayan calendar or something?
There's some really hurtful things written on it.
Really mean words, and every turn it's really long, so it takes a long, like, multiple turns to read all of the things.
I'll just swing for 2 with my Spectre.
Alright, I'll take 2 damage, and I have to discard a card at random. I wonder which random card you're gonna get. It was my second copy of Fast Bond.
No. And then just because I can, because this game is very likely over already, give my rat flying.
Flying rats.
I will end turn.
Alright, I will untap, draw.
You take 1 from Copper Tablet.
Oh, I almost forgot, thank you. And then this seems like it very much does not matter, because it's not like I can attack, so I will just pass the turn to you. And you'll take
Okay.
the 1 from Copper Tablet. Let's see what you got with your 2 cards in hand.
I pass. Top
What'd
deck
you say?
lethal. I
Oh
top
my
deck
god.
lethal.
That's terrifying to hear.
Flagrant!
Oh no!
Swing for 8.
No! 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 I lose! I can't do anything. You got me. Nice. I didn't even really think about losing. I, I didn't think about that. Shit. So, in case you don't catch that, that's since he has 3 plague rats, James now has 2 3/3 flying rats and a 2/2 specter. So total, that's 8 damage. And then I would, even if that didn't kill me, I'd be taking another 1 off my copper tablet on my next turn. So great game 1.
What an amazing top deck. What would you have discarded? How many Llanowar elves do you have?
Maybe you'll find out. Also, take your this guy back, your psychic
Oh,
venom.
yeah. I'm sad that didn't really get any use, but it was still a threat.
How many Llanowar elves do I have? How many breads have you eaten? Let me see if I got anything in my side deck that I want to get. Don't look over here. Oh, I guess I could just do it in my hand space. Alrighty, so for the audience, here's what I'm sideboarding. I am sideboarding this. I think it's self-explanatory, but because I'm sideboarding this, I've chosen to take out some of these because they're not very good with this card, even though that's questionable because they'd also be kind of defensible. But I think this is the right move, and also this is better defense anyway. And I think overall, considering I don't play much of what this card destroys, I think that this is just a good sideboard option. So there you go.
Alright.
Alright, game 2 then. I'll be going first.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugh. Okay, I got a mulligan. So I forget if we decided what mulligan rules we were using.
No, we didn't write that rule down.
Alright, well, the mulligan rule that I'm most familiar with is the one where each time we mulligan, we draw 1 fewer card than the last, and then if we mulligan and decide to keep the hand, we also get to scry 1. That's what I'm most used to. Is that good with you?
Alright, that works.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, much better. I'll keep this hand, and I will go for the scry. And I will keep that on top. Let's see what happened. I guess I just... There we go. Yeah. Are you good with yours?
Yep.
Alright. I'll start then with a forest and pass to you.
This is gonna be a really bad opening hand, I know it. It kind of is. Pass turn.
Alright. I will draw. And I will play Island. And this might not be very... This feels stupid to do when I really have no idea how the game is gonna go from here. But I guess I'll play my copper tablet.
Oh boy.
That might have been a really stupid move, but go ahead.
Alright.
You'll take your
Take
1.
1 damage, draw. Play an island. Pass turn.
Alright, untap, draw. You play forest. And I will... Oh, did you... Yeah,
I did the 1 damage for you.
Alright, pass to you.
We both drew all lands, didn't we?
I drew enough. That's not a land, that is plague rats.
Go ahead.
Alright. I'll go down to 18, and
Oh wait, did
I guess you didn't,
take
because it
one,
would
I
have
think.
triggered twice. Hard to remember. And I will draw, and I will, whoops, play Island. Which one do I want to play first? Play Grant. This is probably best right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play Juggernaut. 5/3 that has to attack each turn, each combat if able, and can't be blocked by walls. And pass to you.
Alright,
Take one from the tablet.
thank you. Play another swamp. We'll just destroy that.
Fair enough. Well, destroy target non-artifact.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You cannot terrify the Juggernaut. It feels no fear.
Put Psychic Venom on this island.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright. I will untap. Draw. And this is only when it becomes tapped. Okay. Play Forest. Go to combat. Have
I'll
to
do
attack.
your one from
Oh,
the,
thank you. Thank you. It's hard to remember at these copper tablets.
Take 5.
Alright. Second main. 1, 2, 3, 4. A giant spider. 2/4 reach can block flying creatures.
Oh.
Yep. And I'll pass to you. You take your damage.
Take 1. Draw. God, my hand is terrible. Play a swamp. Plague Rat number 2.
Alright.
And we'll just kill the spider.
Okay. Spider has died. He's terrified.
We spooked the spider to death.
He had a little spider heart attack.
Swing for 2.
I'll take 2 damage. Down to 15.
Go ahead.
Alright. Untap. I take 1 from copper tablets down to 14. Draw. Let me think here. You're 11 life. You'll be down to 10 next turn. You're all tapped out, and you got 3 cards in hand. Right. Sorry, audience. It takes my brain a long time to do math. First, tap island. Unsummon your untapped plague rats. Then go to combat. Swing for 5 damage.
Take 5.
Right. And then attention. So you're at 6?
Yep.
I'm gonna pass turn. And you'll take 1 from the tablet.
Yep. I got an achievement suddenly.
What was it for?
50 hours in
Oh, nice.
tabletop sim. Plague Rat's back on the field.
Be back.
I'm just gonna concede. There's nothing I can do here.
Fair enough.
That
Ooh.
Juggernaut is just impossible to deal with
Ritual.
unless I get my Plague Rats early enough.
And I had this in my hand. Can deal with flying creatures and also can deal damage to players, so definitely
Yep.
win next turn. Alright, game 3. Will you be going first or second?
I will go first.
Alright.
Do not want to let the ramp deck go first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep.
I really shouldn't, but I will keep this.
That's what I like to hear.
Alright. Turn 1. Swamp. Tap it. Dark Ritual.
Ooh.
Plague Rats. And Mox Sapphire.
Ooh, nice.
Go ahead.
Fox.
Actually, wait. Just because I can. Make him a flyer.
He is a flying rat.
Go ahead.
Right. Draw. Play. Forest. And. Yeah. Land of War Elves. Pass to you.
Okay. Hypnotic Spectre.
Nice.
Wing 1 flying.
I take 1.
Go ahead.
Alright. Untap. Draw. Island. Llanowar Elves for green. Play another Llanowar Elves.
They buy themselves.
Indeed. I will play Soul Ring. Use the Soul Ring. Play a Copper Tablet.
Oh god.
I'm gonna pass turn to you.
Okay.
You take 1 from tablet.
Yep.
It's called Copper Tablet, but there are very obviously 2 tablets in this image.
Maybe they're together. Like there's a hinge in the middle.
I suppose you're
Or
right.
just one.
A hinged tablet.
Wing for 3 flying. And you have to discard a card at random.
I'm going to unsummon your Hypnotic Spectre so I do not have to discard a card at random.
Okay. You still take 1.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, take 1 from tablet, draw.
I could have just replayed the Spectre.
Do you want to? I'll let you take that if you want to.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play Obsianus Golem. 4/6.
Oh.
He's a big boy. And then I will pass the turn. Have you take 1 from tablet.
Did you remember to take 1 from tablet?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
It's all on video, so we'll find out if I was a foul cheater afterwards.
Wing for 3 in the air.
Alright, I'll take 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I have to discard 1 at random. Choose my right or left, James. Which, my right or left?
You.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Okay, that works well. Black Vice is like the opposite of Rack. It deals damage to you if you have lots of cards in hand as opposed to few.
I want a deck with both of those. Just so no matter what you do, you're taking damage each
Gotta
turn.
cover your options.
And I pass turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, take 1, go down to 13, and draw. Play Island. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Juggernaut.
Oh god.
Go to combat. Swing with everything. 6 damage, and that doesn't have haste.
Alright. So 6.
Alright, and then I will pass to you.
Take one, draw. Oh my god. Why? I just have to end the game. Like, I can't do anything. I'm only drawing lands.
Are you sure? I mean, you can block things, and then you might draw into something. I really don't know what's in your deck, but
I guess I can just swing for 2 flying.
okay. Then I'll go down to 11.
Make you discard a card you don't have. And pass turn.
Alright. Untap. Draw. That's pretty good for me, unless you... maybe that's not actually a good idea. No, that is a good... I have no idea, because... So, I'm gonna just tell you what I'm thinking about right now before I play it. I'm thinking about whether I should Time Twister or not, because that'll refill your hand. But
I'll only draw lands, it's okay.
yeah, so I gotta make that decision on... Maybe... You know what, fuck it, for the fun of it, I'm gonna Time Twister.
It also fills your hand.
It does fill my hand, but if you're having a really bad hand, maybe I don't want to take the chance when I'm already in a solid board position. But for the fun of it, I'm gonna do it.
Time Twister seems pretty cool.
It's pretty good. Alright. It's power 9, meaning it's like considered one of the most powerful cards in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And let's see what I got in here. Play Forest. And wait a minute. This is... Okay, that's 9. Okay, yeah, I can just win here, I think. Okay, yeah. Play Unsummon on your rats. And I'll go to combat, and I'm gonna just swing with everything. And when I swing with everything, that'll be 9, 10, 11 total.
Hang on.
Ooh!
I might be able to do something.
Oh no, I time
I
twisted
highly
you.
doubt it.
I time twisted you into
Ancestral
something.
Recall.
Oh! What's gonna happen? Is he gonna tear something? Is he gonna... Oh no, he can't tear my Juggernaut.
I can twiddle the 5 damage.
It's been twiddled, but it's still attacking, so it doesn't do anything.
Wait.
The way it works is if I declare an attacker, it doesn't matter like if it gets untapped or not after attacking. It's still considered attacking.
Okay, so I can just tap it before the attack goes through.
Oh wait, no, you can't. To be able to do what you're thinking about of like tapping it before you would have had to have that and played it before I declared this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just lose.
Well, all right. I thought those were. I know it didn't work out for you at the end there, but I thought there were some pretty good games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had just drawn into like the best stuff in my deck. Mox Jet. Basalt
Nice.
Monolith. Another Plague Rat. Paralyze that would have saved me earlier. Reanimate or Raise Dead if you had killed another of my Plague Rats or something. Power up one of them. Could have twiddled the Monolith for more mana fast.
I really like the art on Unholy Strength here. That's like really cool looking.
That was really cool. I had swapped out the other one. To get... Let me find what I sideboarded in.
And I don't want to tell you about the cards in my deck, considering you're going to have the option to ban something, so I don't want to give you more information on what to ban in my deck. I like Life Tap, yeah.
It would have been good.
Yeah.
If I could have gotten it. But unfortunately, I only draw lands until you Time Twister me. And then I only draw Twiddles. And enchantments. Why is my deck all enchantments?
One of the things I sideboarded in was a Destroy All Enchantments card. Didn't draw it, but would have been good.
It would have just destroyed me.
Only had one copy. Well, everybody, I talked to James, and for the ban this week, he has chosen to ban Fast Bond, an incredibly powerful ramp enchantment, and he has hit 2 of them from me. So that's a pretty good hit for him. As for next week, we're going to be opening up Arabian Nights, and we're going to be opening up 6 packs of Arabian Nights. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next week.